What's up, Sucka? We're live once again. This is kind of a weird episode, y'all. Since the rain, we had a couple cancellations and all this stuff. You know, it's what's today? Today's what day is it? Wednesday the 24th. God dang. Yeah, but I got a special guest here. We're gonna do kind of a mini episode, and then we got another guest on the way. I didn't have any, and now I got two. But I got the very special fucking guest friend of mine. He's special. When I say special, you'll understand here in a minute. It's J.R. Luna, a tattoo artist extraordinaire from Ink Couture. What's up, J.R.?
What's up, man, homie?
What's up, sucker? Yeah, get close to the mic, dude. We already had this seat. I told you we're going to have to talk to this dude over and over. What are you up to, man? I know it's early, dude. I hit you up before 9 o'clock. I know that, dude. That's why I had to go in slow and be like, hey, like a burglar. Hey, are you up yet? Yo, what's up?
What's going on?
What are you up to, man?
Just hanging out, man. Just, being a guy.
Being a guy. How's the tattoo world treating you, dude?
It's pretty good right now. Like,
Isn't right now the slow time, though?
I think it's the opposite, actually. We're just leaving slow season right now. So I think the industry is kind of coming up on the nice income tax season where
income tax is right around the
rushing
corner.
to get their tattoos and stuff like that. So it's pretty fun, man. You can get burned out really easily if you don't pace it, But
so you're at Ink Couture now, right on St. Mary Street, right?
Yeah, I've been there for like the last maybe 3 years. Coming up on February 28th would be like 3 years I've been with them. And it's been very eventful, man. It's
Ink Couture. Yeah, well, Paul and Candy, they're really cool people, man.
Super dope.
I know that, but they got to have their hands full trying to run 4 shops now they have.
Yeah. I know the Austin.
There's Austin,
crazy right
St. Mary's, Shanefield, and 281.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so, man, bro. I own one shop, and I only have 3 artists there, and it's a headache. They've got 4 shops with I don't know how many people at each shop. About 5, 6, more or less, to try to get that many egos and adults to an artist to come together and be on time and to not do this and whatever. I tell you, the issues I deal with at my shop are like stupid ones, bro. Like, not to put anyone at. I'm not gonna say any names, but some people have left, so maybe it's not them. It could be that. Like, they just bicker about like what music is going to be played, and they've been playing their music all day long. That's a big thing, huh?
That is the one thing in the shop where it's like really crazy, because most of the time it's like 5 songs on top of 1 song. Everybody's like music battling and shit.
So what do y'all have, like a shop rule that you get to play 5 songs and then it switches?
No, man. I wish that would actually be a little bit more in order than just like
someone whoever gets on the radio first and connects to Bluetooth
over your clients, like, because homie next door is like bumping some dope ass techno. I'm just saying, I don't want to like down anyone's music, but like there'll be like some techno.
No, you can down people's music, dude. This is a free podcast, dude. It's not gonna hurt anyone.
Techno's fucking annoying.
Yeah, you hear that, Louis? You hear that, Screwy Louis? Stop it.
Screwy Louis, I love you, but God damn it. Like, I've seen this man play for hundreds of people who appreciate this shit, and then like he'll come to work and play for 5 of us. Like, we don't even care about that music.
You can only go.
But the thing is, like,
so many times
you can't rock it when somebody's passionate about their thing. The dude has a whole deck out and he's mixing, and he does a great job. He's not even.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean,
he's not an amateur at all. He's definitely.
Oh yeah, he was letting that. Actually, he was kind of letting that life consume him a little bit too much when he was out at all those late night raves. Were they raves?
Yeah. I know he's taking me on some of them. They're cool, man. Like,
yeah, I know they're cool. But
up all night.
But when you're up all night, you have responsibilities. You're not just up all night just to be up. You're up for a reason. You're up because you usually did something.
Or do something.
You're doing something. And I'm talking drug-wise.
There's a mission.
Well, it's not even a mission. The mission is to stay up and not miss whatever's going on. There's not even a complete mission. You're just out there in battle. You don't even know what the end game is.
Will I, meet
you just
a girl?
Not to miss whatever is going to happen.
I'm just here to not stare at my fucking microwave time.
Yeah, like, exactly. Yeah, I don't want to be at home just like eating ramen soup right now at 3 a.m. just because I might be missing something. So, and then it's affecting. I know it's affecting his work because I know he's been at a few shops where they were like, dude, he's out all the time, dude. He
Yeah.
doesn't show up because he wants to get.
Well, I think
he wants to
I
go
think
party.
I think
he's a good artist.
He's influential, you know, and I think if he has a good influence,
Well, he's influential. Like he's influencing people, or he's being easily influenced.
Both maybe. But for sure, I do see him like wanting to kind of like he'll kind of like look at me and be like, okay, this motherfucker is over here doing this and making this. You know, I think I want to be a part of that. You know, so he's been showing up more earlier. He's been
yeah. I've seen he's
but
changed.
you gotta lead by example too. You know, like I am known for coming late all the time, so now I'm trying to switch that over and be like, hey, I want to fucking.
Yeah, well, you know,
I don't want to hear like really. I like my main goal in the tattoo industry is like. I don't want to hear people talk bad about me, shit about me. So like, if I'm coming late and they're like, "Oh, he comes late all the time," and that's the one fucking thing they're saying, like, hey,
and it's the truth.
let me show up. Let me show up earlier and be
and
like,
it's
"Hey,
not,
fuck you," and I'm here. What's up?
It's not so okay. Well, that's a good. I mean, it's not so much that they're talking shit about you.
Yeah.
If someone asks them about you, all they could do is tell them the truth.
I think people just
And you know, even so, if you're just late all the time and like y'all aren't enemies, y'all aren't friends, but y'all aren't enemies. You're just someone that coworkers that are cordial. And then if someone says, "What's up with JR?" and it's like, all they could say is like, "I don't know, bro. He's always late. I hardly ever see him." And that would be the truth.
Yeah. So
And then you'd be like, "Oh, he talked shit about me." No, but is it the fucking truth, bro? He wasn't talking shit. They asked him a question. Instead, was he supposed to lie? And then he's talking shit if he lies. But people get mad. And
it's like, fuck you, this guy's not blue. Well, how dare you say that?
Yeah, exactly. You said his red car was fucking black, you piece of shit. You know, like, yeah, you know, like he just told the truth. And that's what people don't get. And I've told people like at my shop, like, you know what, bro?
He's just being honest with you.
And not at my shop, at all the shops, because I go to all the shops.
Yeah.
When other owners will ask me, hey, I'm thinking about hiring so-and-so, what do you know about him? And I don't want to talk shit about him. And I'll tell him the truth. And I'll just be like, bro, I don't know much because I do know that he's been at 8 different shops for some reason. I've seen him at a bunch of different shops. He does good tattoos, but for some reason he moves around a lot. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's all and people, oh, you're talking shit? No, bro. And a fight come with it, bro, because that's the fucking truth.
Yeah.
You know, now if you want to fight me because I went and said, nah, fuck that dude. I heard that he fucking steals and does this and he's fucked up so many people. And then the reason, and then they came in today, bro, and I'd be like, oh, yeah, I was talking shit, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't do any of that. I just try to be, straight up. So all you can do is be that guy. And that's a good change I think you're trying to do, to be like, whatever your faults are, whatever people could be saying about you, to try to fix them.
Yeah. I think, and even so, like you were talking about like moving around shops, and I don't think moving around shops today is what it was before. Like before, it was like, oh, he's moving
in
around
a good way or in a bad way. Do you see it as a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it was really construed as a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, like I've been fired from places.
So you're defending it now because you're gonna make it look like a good thing. Go ahead, come on. I'm waiting for the good thing spin on it. Go ahead.
So I mean, this is how it worked. Positively in my favor. I got to work by a bunch of different artists doing different things differently.
Yes.
And like it really added a fuckload of, things to my arsenal, my artistic arsenal. Like it was like I'm learning watercolor from, this guy over here, Rufo, namely. I'm learning line work from, his mentor, Adrian. I'm learning, fucking just color theory from another person, and like it just kept trickling down like that. And I was like, well, you know what, now that's my goal. And my goal is not to just get in a tattoo shop, it's to fucking get in a tattoo shop and then just magnetize towards that person that has
the best person
knowledge.
in there.
So like, down in Calaveras, it was fucking Jerry Garcia. That man is gold as far as artistic information goes,
yeah Jerry's a beast, dude.
I fucking love Jerry to death. He has the best personality.
That's weird because he said he didn't like you.
And,
but
nice. Those
Jerry's
guys are really
good.
hard to please, man. And like it took me a long time to get into that shop. When
dude, they're so badass over Calaveras. Dave and Erica, I love them. Sarah,
sweet people, really sweet people.
Yeah, dude, all of them over there, man, are cool. Devin
if you have your
and
head
Paco.
Up your ass, man, they're gonna let you know, like, hey, you're kind of a fucking asshole.
Oh yeah, they will, and they will let you go.
And that's the way it should be. Everybody should fall under that scrutiny.
She runs a business, and they're very, very good artistically and creatively, and they're nice people. So if they let you go, not all the time, it's really hard to see that it was them and not you that did something.
I think for me, it was like I was outside smoking with like somebody, and they were like, "We don't."
Yeah, but it's weird.
Smoking with us is one thing, and smoking with other people is a whole
because the weed laws kind of changed. They do change at shops, and some people get fired for the same shit that they're doing a month or two later. But that's up to them. They're the owners, and it's their discretion. They might be in a bad mood that day.
I think at the time it was like weed was not as accepted as it is now, and like everybody was like, "Oh no, weed!" And it was
they're putting weed shops inside tattoo shops now. Did you know that?
There's actually one right next to our shop.
Oh yeah, right next. No. But they're putting one. Did you know that Time Bomb, Richard and Belinda? Shout out to Richard and Belinda over at Time Bomb on Military.
Hell yeah.
They're putting a smoke shop inside their tattoo shop.
Okay, that's different then.
Yeah, right in there. Like they're like, hey man, when you come in here, and we have a license to smoke on the premise, like that place next to y'all.
Yeah, and I kind of like, and that might be a good move because then you start catering to another type of people, you know what I'm saying?
And it could be a double-edged sword. It could keep people away.
It could be like, I don't want to go in there because they're, they're selling this.
But it's the South Side. But I think it'll be a good thing.
But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. The little weed shop next door to us gets so much traffic, and it's funny because like the plant store too on the other side of us.
Do you leave cards over there?
And I'm thinking like, I need to start doing some tattoos of some weed plants or just plants in general, like because
my shop is next to Voodoo Donuts. So I want to do like a donut themed tattoo every month or whatever,
They got their donuts. They see the donuts.
Or whatever. Just do, if you want a donut themed tattoo, you get a discount. You never know. People come from out of town now and I'm right there. And if they say, hey, well, let's go to Voodoo Donuts. And then they all go, let's all go get a tattoo. I say, hey, if all y'all want to get a stupid donut themed tattoo, it's right here. Do it every once.
That's silly.
I know.
Homer Simpson and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever it is. And if, just something to bring in business, bro. Whatever. You don't know. I've seen so many crazy tattoos throughout the years. But your specialty is anime, right?
Well, I for a while there, it was. I wanted it to be
changing again?
Anime. It's not like I'm changing. I just evolve. I adapt. I adapt to everything.
So what are you changing more to now?
I think it's not even like I'm changing. It's just like what it is. Like everybody knows me for the line work. So, and that's why the anime got big is because I'm just really, precise. So it's like, or like I just try to get the faces right. Like I want the faces to, I don't want a thicker line to be somewhere where it's not supposed to be.
On like a realism face? Or an anime?
No, just a really anime face. So I was using my traditional, the stuff I've learned from traditional to like put it in my anime. And that's what was making it like, I guess, known at the time. Like people were like, oh shit, this shit's bold, this shit's bright colors, like I like that stuff. So like my anime did kind of make a jump, but now people just mostly watch it. Like I think like there's a certain set of anime artists out there that
I've seen a big surge in just harder. Anime fans. I'm not talking about anime artists. There's a few people that I've seen do some fucking really cool anime stuff. You're one of them, and there's been a few other people that stand out in my head. But there's just I see all these
Drew, Corinne. I think
Corinne does some sick. Corinne, she really kind of switched, and that's her forte now, right?
Yeah, man, she's fucking.
Can you open that sliding door and let Speedy out?
Her freaking her color theory
right there
is insane, bro. Like I don't know, she has good color theory.
Yeah, Corinne is sick
for sure.
Close it. He went over there. Yeah. But yeah, but
I don't know her personally, but I mean,
I do. I know Corinne.
I follow her stuff. Her and Amma.
She's such a pretty little girl, dude. She's such a pretty little girl. When you said that, and so when you see her picture on Facebook, you're like, look at this little doll. She's like a model. She looks like a little doll. And then you go look at her art, and you're like, she's amazing. And she's not that long in the industry. She's not. If my dog comes around, if you could open the door.
She's an MFA for sure, man. Master of Fine Arts.
Yeah, open the door.
There's a few of them. You gonna come out, little dude, or what?
But yeah, she went. She was doing a lot of that mandala stuff, all the dots.
Oh, the geometric.
Yeah, and a lot of the geometric stuff.
Geometric.
And lately, and I've seen her stuff, it's all anime.
Oh yeah. And I think that's just something she likes, and that's the way it's gonna be when you're tattooing, stuff that you appreciate, like
stuff that you want to tattoo.
I appreciate anime. I appreciate traditional work. I really don't appreciate floral, but I get a lot of that right now for some reason.
Right, you don't like doing flowers and roses and stuff like that?
I think it's the lines. Like, they just like the way all the like clean lines look all, converge together. And it's like, oh, it's pretty flowers. And I'm like, cool. Like, I can just pull a line and save my life. And it's working against me right now. It's like,
that's a big thing. I mean, that some people can't pull a straight line, right?
I think line work.
Well, not that they can't. They just don't take the time to do it.
I think because I think they forget, like, tattooing is not like a pencil. Like, a pencil is like a consistent fucking lead in a pen, and that paper is on a flat, hard. It's already stretched.
It changes with skin.
Everything's stretched already, like so tight on a paper. You get that pencil and whoop, and you could fucking run that from the top of the paper to the bottom of the paper, fast as fuck, and you got a solid line. In tattooing, it doesn't work like that. It's more like sewing. You sew a thread. You go fast. All those threads are far apart. It's thin. It looks shoddy. If you slow that machine down,
then you get
a tighter, darker, bolder thread. And that.
Do you take long to tattoo? Are you a long, or do you think you're about right in the middle?
I think
you're average.
I'm like average, bro. Like, I used to like speed through shit.
But there's some people that are really slow. I hear, like, I go into shops and they're like, man, that dude takes forever.
Oh no, man. There are people that.
I heard Louis takes a long time.
Take a minute. I'll tell you like this. Most of the time,
that's he does
I'm done before like it's time to leave. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm working after, that's only because I started after like 8 or 9. And I'm hanging out. But yeah,
Cliff's
man,
here.
Slow your shit down. Slow your line work down for sure.
I know. I hear a lot of people,
and it's like prom night. It's just the tip, just the fucking tip, man. You don't gotta shove it.
You don't gotta do that. Dude, my grandma watches my podcast.
I'm sorry,
bro.
Gam. I'm sorry,
Grandma. He's talking shit.
You still
don't listen to that.
Still make me those buñuelos though.
Yes. The buñuelos are still coming. Cliff's here if you want to open the door, Josh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he texted just right now. He texted me, said he's here. So this is kind of like a mini episode. We got another guest showing up, but so what's the future hold for you, dude?
I mean, stay loyal.
Stay loyal to who?
To my damn self.
To the coil.
Stay loyal to the coil, dude. No, don't even get me started on that. So like, I used to be loyal to the coil. I'm never gonna fucking use rotaries.
Really? Were you saying that? You're one of those dudes that said that? Oh, dude, you bought like, I don't know how many rotaries from me, dude.
So I started talking, and we were talking about Drew earlier, lightly. And like, this guy, he's, we're not like the best of friends.
Drew
I don't know
from 13th Avenue?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my boy.
No.
Who?
Back it up. No, that's another story. That's an old story.
Oh, that's my boy, though. I know.
We'll never talk about that.
Okay, but
we don't talk about Bruno. Oh yeah.
Do 30 more?
Cool.
Like, do like 10, 15 more.
Okay, well, shit. What do I press to stop it?
No, just keep going. On this one, and then we'll do a half-hour clip, and that's 2 episodes.
Okay.
Dang.
Where are you going?
I'm going to take him to Waterbury.
Well, get me something then too. Fuck. I don't know.
Everybody
Just
wants a
whatever.
Whataburger.
Y'all were all gonna just get something and not even ask me, fuckers. I'd have been pissed, dude. I would have watched all of y'all eat.
No, I fucked up because I brought the Whataburger. Now, like, I started the avalanche. Just like everybody wants.
Do you hear? Did you see what's going on in the podcast here? I'll stop it when you get back.
I'll keep going. I'll stop it.
Yeah. Do you hear that? So you see what's going on here, y'all? Y'all get to witness what goes on. Well, that's good. We get to chop it up a little bit. So, how long you been tattooing now, dude? I met you when you were pretty new, or had.
I think like you met me at All-Star, right? So like that was
with Adrian.
That was just a couple years in. Like really, I was.
Adrian and Araceli, right?
Adrian, yeah.
Yeah, dude, they're such good artists, man.
Cool people.
Yeah, dude, I hear nothing but good things.
Dude, tell me like what the hell happened to Araceli? Like she just took a pill of like super creative artisticness. And
I haven't seen them. Her
stuff just skyrocketed like crazy.
They
like
do a lot of bodysuit
Her tattooing
stuff.
is like everyone else's tattooing, bro. Like it takes time to refine. I get that shit. Like I get that more than anyone. But no man, her fucking art is.
There is a lot of good artists. There is a lot of good artists in San Antonio that people don't actually realize. You know who was an awesome artist that stood out to me that was here that moved. Crystal Ivani. Did you know Crystal? She moved to Hawaii, I think. She's from Puerto Rico. She worked at Feedme. She worked with Michael Salgado. Not Michael Salgado. That's the Tejano dude. No, the Salgado. Juan Salgado. The tattoo artist from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
She worked with him over there, and she's a beast, man. Just a very pretty girl that's just very quiet and unassuming. You know, she does some awesome fucking artwork, man. There's some people that stand out in town. You know, there's a lot. There's too many.
Sure.
I don't want to leave anyone out. If I start mentioning people, go, you didn't say my name.
Man, I could go. The list goes on in my head. Like
who has influenced you in this city? Which Drew were you talking about when you said Drew? Before I forget, and I said,
What did I say?
and I said you said Drew, and I said 13th Avenue Drew.
Oh no, Drew Blood. No.
Drew Blood.
We're talking about the Rotaries. So
Drew Blood.
I was Drew Blood. I don't know what his name is now, but he was
In Colleen?
I think he's with Ivory and
Is he in town still?
Ivory. I don't know.
What?
He's with Corin, I think, at her shop.
Oh, you're talking? No. Okay, yeah, that Drew. I know Drew. He used to be with that girl, Tommy.
Right.
Yeah, he used to ride the motorcycle. Or I don't know if he still does.
I'm not sure if.
But he was over there with
Should say.
he was over there with Corinne and what's that other guy that was with them?
Alma?
No.
Oh no. Cruz.
Yes.
Cruz Foster.
Cruz Foster. What's up, Cruz? Cruz was one of them dudes that was cool,
old school,
but he knew how to rub everyone the wrong way somehow, dude.
Oh man.
Cruz, and he was cool with me. We were on a different, I'm on a different level with the tattoo artists and the owners and all that. Because y'all can't fire me. I don't, whatever and stuff like that. But I'm not a tattoo artist, but I give y'all what y'all need to make a living, and I'm there, and I'm dependable.
Yeah, man.
And so I'm on a different level. But Cruz, I could see how this dude, you'd want to punch him in the mouth right out the gate, because before you get to know him, he talks shit. He's one of those dudes that acts like
posture.
No, like when you walk up. No, because he's not like he's trying to like stud up. He just says things that are abrasive, and you're like, this fucking dude. Like, you don't even know me like that.
Oh, okay. So like no filter type deal.
Kind of.
I mean, that kind of stuff doesn't bother me, because then I feel like if words are gonna bother you, like
no, and it's just the way. It's the whole thing. It's a whole thing. It's not just a word. I don't just get offended by a word. I'm not like that. I'm a comedian, bro. I do a podcast. I can deal with words. It's just the whole attitude in a ball. It's and he's cool with me, but I just see it like sometimes I've been like, this fucker. If we weren't cool, I could be like, yeah, I'm gonna hit this dude in the mouth. Like if you hung out, you'd think like, I'm gonna hit this dude in the mouth. But there's a lot of dudes like that. And then you just get to know them, and you're like, all right, they're
just super hyper.
Yeah, and
Get it.
And I like, because there's a lot of dudes out there in this industry that are alpha males.
Oh yeah, man, yeah, for sure. And
they are.
It's so weird, like. The alpha male stuff is so funny. So because it's like you'll be sitting in your station tattooing, and you're like chopping it up with maybe a girl, maybe a guy, who knows, right? But you could always tell the alpha males, because like you'll be talking to a guy, you'll say something they don't disapprove of, and then from over the fucking wall, here comes like
here comes alpha,
and
here
it's
comes
like,
Rocky. Yo,
it's like, thanks for that. Like, no, fucking mind your own shit, and or I'll be like, okay, so like you really know. It's like the machismo alpha shit, where it's like you're talking to a girl, and then they're like, and then they try to make you look silly, and
because
they get the fuck out of here.
So
bro.
let me ask you this: so you've worked in the open floor plan setting and the booth. Do you like it better if no one can hear your conversation at all? If it's a closed, like it is?
I mean, I don't think that really makes a difference. Like you could still have a wall up, and people are still gonna talk at you.
Really? It's always like that?
But no, not really. Like sometimes, decent motherfuckers will come around the wall and be like, hey, what are you working on? And like they'll, okay, oh, hey. And then they'll chop it up with your client. That, I don't fucking mind that at all. What I do fucking mind is when we're not going to say his name here, but this guy who recently went missing.
Rob?
No.
Oh.
But the other guy you're thinking of, yes. So he would like mac on the girls. I'm tattooing them, and he's all like, "Hey, so what's your number? And what's this and all that?" And trying to I'm like, motherfucker, this isn't christianmingo.com. Like, you need to.
Yeah. You know, you see the like, hey, so yeah, the smooth operator that comes in.
I'm like, go smooth operate that way. Like,
There's a lot, dude. There's some dudes in this industry that I've seen that were straight up like aggressive with girls. Straight up aggressive. You see him and you're like, oh shit, this dude's fucking. And I've seen him get fired from shops for doing things as far as like setting up an appointment middle of the night.
that's weird.
They have the keys to the shop, so they set up the appointment at midnight. Oh, I'll be busy all day. When could you do it? And some of these girls are night owls and be like, well, I'm up all night anyway.
Yeah,
and then they're like, perfect, got one. You know, they're already nibbling on the bait. You know, and then and dude, there was a dude in another city. This wasn't San Antonio, dude. And I saw the text messages. They showed me. This dude was cool with me, man. That he, some chick went in or something and he got her information, but she was too young. And so he got her number. And like she was like 16. So he started saying, hey, you know, you still want that tattoo? We could do it in a hotel room. You know, and hey, you
mad
know,
stalker and
this dude was maybe like this dude was probably about 40 years old, and that he was telling her, you know, hey, she was like, well, how much would it be? And he was like, well, wait, we could work something out. You know, you don't have to pay and blah 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 and all this shit, dude. And then she went and put him on blast. I don't know if she set him up, but he did not look good. And he split town, dude. He left town. I haven't seen that dude since.
I think that's where. Like when people are like, do you tattoo out of your house? I think that's the one thing they kind of like really fucking need to think about. Like, hey,
someone that tattoos out of their house.
The guys that are fucking tattooing out of their house and, you know, these motel rooms and shit, like they're not the motherfuckers you want to be dealing with.
Yeah.
Because
you're right.
They're if they can, you know, fuck you to the industry like that, like what other rules are they like fuck youing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. And
like you said, this dude was trying to get at this underage girl. Like in a fucking established business, you know, you're not gonna be pulling in underage people like that. Like that's fucking ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
Plus, on top of that, nobody under 18 or 18 even knows what the fuck they want.
But you know what?
Their tattoos. You know?
In that world, bro, there's so much shiesty shit going on. That getting a tattoo from some dude at a house or hotel is the least of it.
Yeah.
That's the least of it. The shit that they're doing, running around doing drugs. And I was at I went by this house the other day to visit this buddy of mine, dude, that's been kind of down and out. And I just went to, you know, I just go chop it up with him. He's health-wise, he's not doing well. And there's all these people that just pop in and out of his house. And this one dude shows up and this dude's like, shit, fool, all crazy, prison tatted up, talking crazy. This dude must be in his 20s. And he's like, say dog. And he's there with some other dude. And he's like, yeah, fool, man, you need any pills? I got everything. Anything you need for any kind of ailment you got, I got it, man. And shit, what I'm getting ready to do is I'm getting ready to head out of town and go. I drop him off. I don't want to say what he was doing, but he was getting ready to, his car was fucked up. So he was waiting on another ride or to borrow another car, get his car fixed. And then he was going to go out of town and drop off thousands of pills, bro.
God damn.
And I was just like,
I probably would have just rather went to work.
And I was just like, wow, dude. And all the tattoos he probably got either in prison or at someone's house or the hotel and all that, you know, or been traded pills for it, whatever his hustle is. And so, you know, all that, people doing that, I've seen that world. And that's the least of the worry in that world is just someone tattooing you. So a legit tattoo artist like yourself saying if you, and sometimes it happens, it happened a lot during the pandemic that people left the shop that they were at and tattooed from the house because the shops were closed. But even when everyone came back, for instance, people just said, fuck it, I'm going to make all the money just tattooing from home. But they were legit artists.
Yeah. And some of them were. I think Chris Roy was doing that. He got really paranoid about COVID. And I think I saw him like last spring break.
Who?
Chris Roy.
Can you say that on this podcast?
I don't know if I could say that.
Well, you already did, so it doesn't get edited. So that's
well, anyway, I hadn't seen him for a while. So, and
what did Chris Roy own? Still Slangin' Ink?
I think it was Slangin' Ink on Rigsby.
And then, so still Slangin' Ink was someone else?
I think that was in Converse. No, that was him. I think that he had like disbanded from the slanging and then did still slanging and then just kept going on with that. But then after a
And
while,
slanging once again is going to be if he shuts it down again.
slanging was slanging.
Yep, still out here on the cut. I haven't seen that dude in a minute. I went out to that shop all the way out there in Converse.
He was still balling out. I mean, he was still doing his thing, and he's still. We're down there in Padre, and he was just like, man, like, I can't fucking tattoo these people in the shop. Like, I'm so freaked out. The COVID shit got in his head deep. I'm pretty sure.
What do you mean? Like he was worried that he was going to die if he caught it?
Like he just wasn't
Keep
like,
talking,
I'm not having that shit.
I'm going to let my dog out. Keep talking.
Coming this way?
I'm gonna let him.
He's just dancing over there all crazy free.
Come on. Go. Really? All that shit and you're not going to go out?
Because he knows it's wet. He's like, nah, man. I hear that water out there, but I just want to dance for you. I want to fuck your podcast up.
Yeah, sorry, man. I got my little dog Speedy here. Those of y'all that know, he's over here dancing. Yeah, Speedy Gonzalez. So yeah, there's this world though, man. Jumping in this world is about as shiesty as I want to go back into this ugly world again. Because like I've been in some ugly worlds. I've been to prison, and I'll go out there to the handball court.
Ooh.
I go out there to the handball court, and everyone them dirties out there are in that world, bro. Them dirties, some of them just walk up. Some dude will take a bird bath in the fucking water fountain there, dude, and lay his clothes out on the wall to dry. And he's homeless. But he goes out there to play handball. And there's a few dudes like that. One dude that was homeless. There was a heroin addict, an old man. I mean, when I say old, he was in his 60s. And he was a cool dude. He'd always go play handball, and he begged me, "Hey man, do you have any work for me? Let me cut your yard and all this stuff." So I said, "All right, man, you can come over and cut my yard." He rides his bicycle all the way from the west side over here. And then he doesn't have a lawnmower. He rides his bike. And I'm like, dude, I thought you were going to cut my grass. I thought you had a lawnmower. I'm like, well, I thought you had a lawnmower. You're the one that's begging me to cut my yard. I said, okay. So here, use my lawnmower. So, and then I had to go get gas because I wasn't planning on doing all that. So then I go get gas and get the lawnmower started. And he goes out there, and the first thing he did was murder my water hose. I went from having one water hose to having 8 water hoses all of a sudden, and 8 small water hoses is what I had instantly.
He's like, "Hey, you know what? Make this water hose."
Yeah, like if there was 8 of y'all, and all the neighbors could have water hoses too. No, it didn't work like that. So.
Oh my God.
So he murdered my water hose and all this shit. Sammy, he was cool. And then, whatever, I still paid him. I was like, all right, it was an old water hose. It was about time I bought a new one anyway. And he got fucking killed. He got run over. He got hit in the street at Zarzamora. A car hit him and took off. And probably all heroined out,
Motherfuckers don't care here, bro. They'll hit you and peel off like.
Oh, bro, because he's usually fucked up.
I think some tattoo artists themselves know that to be a fact. Where like they'll hit you and just.
Dude, I've known some tattoo artists that got hit.
Didn't they just hit? Or no, it was a couple years back, but they hit butter from Flesh, right?
They hit Butter.
I think they just left him there.
Yes, dude. He had just left Flesh Electric on Ashby and McCullough. Kep had just left, and Butter was still there by himself, finishing up. And then Butter jumped on his bike to leave, and he was going through the intersection, and there's a stop sign or a light, I don't know what it was, and a drunk driver just blew right through it, dude, and hit him and left him.
Bro.
They luckily. I think it was Kep forgot something and turned around and went back and found Butter laying in the street, dude.
Shut the fuck.
I think it knocked part of his
word out to
it knocked some of his teeth out, dude. He had a big old fucking deep puncture in his skull, like right between his eyes, dude.
Low key, I just want to say this real quick. Now we're talking about Kep. That dude
is fucking creative as fuck. He's one of the best artists in town.
One of the coolest. So he doesn't even know this, but I think he should know.
You love him?
Like, kind of.
Oh, Kep, he's your secret.
If you do good art,
he's your secret Valentine.
I secretly
Kep.
have a crush on you if you do good art. So like, Kep is one of them. Like,
Kep's an awesome fucking art. Dude, and he skates fucking badass too.
I didn't know that.
We skate. I skate with Kep.
But I went to go work. Another cool guy is Caesar. From
Eccentric.
I work with Caesar. And
Caesar, shout out to Caesar at
think
Eccentric.
Caesar learned some stuff from
Kep.
Kep. I guess the woodcut stuff, and Caesar actually taught me. So like it kind of all trickled down a little bit, and then I ended up teaching. I can't even fucking count how many people I taught the woodcutting process to. Yeah, like I know there's Jay. I think Muggs. I taught her. Axel. I taught him. You know, like the list goes on. Those are just people I can remember because that's recent. But you know, I've taught a couple of people how to.
So Jay does cutouts now too.
I think so. Yeah.
Lil
man.
Jay from
Jay.
that's over there, Feedman now.
Feedman?
Oh, Jay's better. Yeah, I
Jay's
love Jay, man.
badass
That
too,
dude's
man.
fucking cool.
Yeah, me and that dude's really fucking rad. He has a good head on his shoulders for sure.
Yeah, dude, for a young dude that looks like he could probably fall into that knucklehead world,
Yeah.
he's really not doing that, dude.
No, he's straight. No, he told me. I think I was just talking to him on the phone the other day, and he was like, "Yeah, man. I mean, I'm not really working out anymore, but I'm also not doing drugs, and I'm not, you know, I'm just literally just playing games with like my new girl and all the time." And I'm like, that sounds fucking cool, man. So
I mean,
there's nothing wrong with that.
there's a lot of dudes that fall into a bad place
Yeah.
in this industry, dude.
Well,
They're not disciplined enough to stay away from it.
Yeah, because you get money, and then you're like, what do I do?
Yeah, they just give you money. Like some of them get money every day. They get paid at the end of the day, and and instead of saving it, it's too hard to give somebody. It's like giving a child money every day like that. They'll spend it every day. It's not enough to think that I can save this and do something with it, but it's enough to do something right now with it. So they don't, instead of them getting a big check at the end of a week or 2 weeks and going, wow, I could do something with this. I can see half a car with it or whatever. They don't ever see it that way, and they just keep spending it as they get it because they don't feel like they're ever gaining any traction.
It's like the military. You're in the military, you're getting like these big checks, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to go buy some new shoes. All the time.
You know, military. See, that's a big misconception with the military. You don't get some big check in the military. That's what people think, that the military. That you're in the military. Oh, they're rich. They're in the military. You're some of the poorest people in the military, bro.
They probably are.
They are. If you break it down,
They're the fittest people, though.
and not our military after boot camp, it's a downhill fucking like.
Stop working out.
There's dudes in the military. Like, you look at our military is fucking a mess, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I was in the military, so I'm going to speak from personal experience from the Navy. People in the Navy on a destroyer, specifically on the destroyer I was on, was if we would have gone to war, we would have been having a civil war on the ship
First.
It would have been a mess.
It would have been an argument to be like, who's gonna go fight?
Someone would have bombed our own ship, dude. It was fucking chaotic on the ship, bro. No one got along. And it's like gangs. It's like living in fucking South Central. There's the engineers don't get along with the fucking radio men, who don't get along with the boatsmen, who don't
Sound guys.
Yes, who don't. No one. Everyone's in their own little clique.
Everybody's all.
Yeah, dude. And basically, what it turned out, that everyone hated the boatswains, which was what I was. And so, like, everyone shat on us. We were shat upon on a regular basis, dude. And I remember they beat up this dude on the ship with me that I worked with. They said, "Hey, man," they used to do these stupid jokes on the ship. They would prank you when you got on there when you were new.
Hazing.
Yes, they would hazing. And you can't haze anymore in the military. You know, they can't even yell at you in boot camp anymore.
That's intimidation.
You know that? They can't yell at you in boot camp. What kind of sissy ass bullshit is that?
I'm gonna call bullshit on that, because I have several people come in. They're like, we just got yelled at.
Yeah, I know, but they're not supposed to. They're not supposed to. So I get on the ship, right? I'm new on the ship, and this one white dude that's new on the ship too. I forgot where he was from, and they tell us, "Hey, we're out at sea," and they're like, "Go down to the engineering berthing and get me an HT punch."
Just making shit up.
It sounded like it to me, right? Even you think it sounds like. And so the engineers are all these big old burly dudes. I guess when you sign up, they're like, "Oh, if you're going to be an engineer, you need to be big because you do heavy lifting and all this shit." So they only
create shit.
So they only recruit. They only sign up big old fucking burly dudes for the engineers. And they all sleep in the same area. So they go down to the engineering berthing, and that's where all their bunks are, the berthing. And get an HT punch. And I was like, huh? And they're like, yeah, go down there. And they tell, so me and this dude go down there. And I go, this doesn't sound right. I'm telling that dude. And he's like, well, just get one and come back. So, okay, well, I'm not going to ask for it. You ask for it. So we go down there, and they open the door, and all the dudes are in there laying there watching TV and just relaxing, whatever. And that dude goes in. I stay at the door. That dude goes in there first. He goes, "Hey, man, they told me to come down here and get an HT punch." And one dude just looks at the other one, and it just didn't look right. He looks at the other dude and goes, "Oh, hey, Sandoval, you got that HT punch?" Oh, yeah, no, it's here somewhere. And Sandoval gets up and, "Hey, Smith, you got that HT punch?" Yeah, hold on, man. I think I had it. Hey, James, you got that HT punch? And they all start getting up like the movie Alien. When the walls start moving, they all just slowly start getting up. And that dude's standing right there in the middle of them like, hey. And then they're like, come on in, man, close the door. And I'm like, nah, dude, I'm good right here.
They're about to HT punch
and
his
then,
ass.
And then they fucking grab him and they try to run at me and I fucking break out the door, dude. Break out the door. And he's got, and about 15 minutes later, he comes up crying. He's all beat up. And they're whole technicians, and they held him down and punched the shit out of him.
Whole technicians punch?
The HT punch, yeah. And he went down there and got the fucking shit beat out of him.
Oh, man.
And I was like, and so from there on out, I never asked for anything. They never could get me to ask for anything. You're not going to get me to ask.
Maybe don't ask for shit that has the word punch or kick in it.
Dude, you couldn't ask me for anything because they would send you to get shit like, we need a bucket of steam. Quick.
A bucket of steam.
Yeah, we need a 50 feet of chow line. Go take off and go get the. And you're like,
need that fucking brake light fluid, man. Right now.
Yeah, exactly, dude. That steering wheel fluid, dude. We need you to go get. And so I just never went. And if it was real, it was just too bad. I wasn't gonna go get it.
So you're talking about homeless guys earlier, and I was like thinking like before, because you were like, when did you start tattooing? Well.
You were homeless?
Before I started tattooing, like straight up, bro, I was homeless.
Were you really living in your car homeless?
No, like so like my mom had just passed, and I was like 18. So I mean, a couple
18.
years.
How old are you now?
40 actually. That was 22 years ago.
So that was 22 years ago.
22 years
so you've been tattooing 22 years?
No. I started tattooing when I was 25. Like I had to be homeless for a while to get that.
So how long were you homeless?
I was homeless for 5 years, man. Shit.
Homeless. So where were you sofa surfing?
Staying at, skater homies' floors in their bedroom, their couches.
And you would just stay as long as he could until you the thing that wouldn't leave, huh?
If my aunts didn't let me stay over, I'd stay in my aunt's, roofless, holeless shack, whatever. I would stay in a fucking shack with like a hole in it. I could stare at the moon.
And the winter and shit?
The winter was bad.
Is that the worst part of it? The summers, you could deal with it?
Winter's bad, but it gets bad more in the winter when it rains.
Well, I bet like right now is terrible for homeless people.
I think I caught like pneumonia. I had to go like stay in a hospital for a while.
While you were homeless?
Yeah, I think at one point I ended up like in the courts right there, next to the Robert Greene fucking hospital. There's like some courts on the west side right there.
Uh-huh.
I remember
those are the Mirasoles or something like that, right?
Oh my God, bro. Terrible place.
And you stayed in the courts?
I stayed with one of my homies' sisters for a little bit. And like I just helped her pay shit. But I mean, even though I was making scraps, bro.
Well, that's all it costs to live in those places.
And
like $13 was your half, or what?
The first, $13, $13.50.
They make everyone pay $13
I
because
think it was like everybody's paying $13.50.
The number 13. That's what it is. Everyone pays $13.
For 13. Nah. But no, and that's kind of what brought me here. Like after a while, I was like, well, I need a real job. I need a real,
And you didn't even tattoo?
I didn't tattoo yet. All I did was draw. I would just draw in sketchbooks. And
were you a graffiti artist too?
Wasn't even I was actually. I was rolling with SMOG at the time. Smog crew.
Smog?
Yeah.
Who's that? Is there anyone that's tattooing now?
Nah, no, it's old taggers. Old taggers.
I'm starting to hear a lot of dudes that I didn't know were old taggers, like Caesar, Cap.
Oh yeah, Caesar's
Spinner,
Spinner,
Silo.
Yeah.
They were all. Was Jerry?
I'm not sure.
I think Jerry was too. I think so. They were all taggers, dude.
Rosendo was for sure.
I think Rosendo. Little. I haven't seen Vale.
Rosendo, by the way.
Yeah. What's up, Rosendo?
Big dog.
Oh, Cactus Man.
Cactus. Peyote man.
Yeah, Peyote Cactus guy.
He's like,
Rosendo's a good dude, man. I like that guy.
Do not put cheese in Rosendo's microwave. He hates that shit. So, shout out to anyone out there working with him.
What happens if you put cheese in Rosendo's microwave?
He don't like cheese.
He don't like cheese?
He don't like the cheese in the mic. So.
What if it's not on his food?
I don't know. I just got that far. But, but yeah, like, after a while, I was on a bus and a via bus. And, at the time, like my mom had just passed away. So I was like, fuck drawing. God gave me this gift. Why would I use it if, he killed my mom? And at the time I was thinking very dark,
That God killed your mom?
And then I find a little piece of paper on the ground and it's like so tiny, like the tiniest piece of paper. And I walk over it. I'm like, it ain't shit. It's refuse. So I'm not going to pay much attention to trash. Like, and then something inside me was like, pick that shit up. Pick it up and read what's on it. And I didn't even know anything was written on it. It was the tiniest piece of paper. I like just one little tiny photo and it's just draw. And I'm like, Okay.
It said draw on
It
it.
just literally just said draw. So like I bought.
How do you know it didn't want you to be a gunfighter?
I don't know. Maybe it was like draw that gun and just
Just
clock yourself.
Yeah,
you know?
shoot yourself, motherfucker. Is it you're already homeless? Just fucking
Get it
kill
over
yourself.
with, you know. So.
Well, luckily you didn't misread it. Luckily you didn't find the other meaning
I
in
did.
it.
I started drawing. I filled up the sketchbooks, and then I worked at Rainforest Cafe for a little bit as a busser, and then people would let me tattoo them there. And you know, I met a girl, and she was like, "Hey, you should start tattooing. You know, like you're not doing shit with your life. You know, might as well." Income tax came around, and she bought me a machine, and I
Really, like one of these rinky-dink ones you get online or something?
It was actually a pretty good little machine.
Really?
It was remember Superior Tattoo Supply? I don't know if anyone
Oh,
remembers
yeah.
Superior Tattoo Supply, but you get the big fucking book, and it was just like you just
Yeah, like a catalog.
whole fucking catalog, bro. But this was like, I think I got like a Diamondback something liner. It was really cool.
So that changed your life, dude. You got a career. That chick.
Man, it changed my
Do you
life.
ever talk to that girl and thank her?
I don't. I talk to her little sisters rarely, but I will, you know, tell them, hey, you know, by the way, let your sister know, like, you know, she really kind of sculpted me, you know, or like molded me a little bit.
Well, how long were you still homeless after you started tattooing?
Not very long, man.
Really? You got into a shop and started making money?
I actually wasn't homeless because I was working. I started working Sam's Burger Joint.
Well, where were you living then?
I was living on Euclid, like right down the street.
I mean, but by yourself,
White
with
Rabbit.
someone?
Yeah, by myself. I got a little efficiency, and then I was like, it went to Sam's, and then it went to Rainforest, and then tattooing.
Well, dude, you've come a long fucking way. But
history.
there's a lot of fucked up stories into. There's a few people that have told me they've been homeless, fucked up on drugs, and then pulled themselves out of it
I wasn't
tattooing.
really fucked up on job.
No, I'm not saying that you were, but I'm just saying
a lot of weed. I mean, I would go donate plasma just to have weed money, and I'd be like, oh,
wow, that's a dope fiend move there too. That is a dope fiend move.
I mean,
so what's the future hold for you? What do you see? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
So right now I'm a dad, 12-year-old, and
You have a 12-year-old son,
My
right?
boy Jeremiah. Me and his mom just split up. So I mean, right now I'm just kind of doing the dad thing, you know, just trying to like keep myself busy. I cook a lot for myself now. You know, I still smoke mad weed, but you know that doesn't.
You should smoke happy weed, dude.
Just smoke happy. Yeah, happy.
Well,
weed.
that's good, man. I'm glad you finally made it out to do
And then,
this.
you know, maybe one day I'll be the owner of my own shop, and I could, you know, teach my, you know, students and workers and stuff, like the stuff that I already teach people, you know.
Well, maybe it's not
I think one of the current artists I've recently mentored was Lorraine. I can't think of her last name for the life of me.
Lorraine Dolores.
Lorraine San Miguel, I think.
Yeah,
that's
but
her.
Lorraine from over at
Dolores. Yeah.
Lorena. Oh yeah, she's
And
badass.
Her stuff. She was already a badass, bro.
She's all about her art too.
She had great oil painting skills.
She's got great discipline in herself.
Fuck yeah! Now she's skyrocketing, and it's like if I can do that until I die, you know, for people, you know, keep teaching them, keep telling them, you know, concentrate on clean work, do this, do that, you know, and they later on they'll, you know, DM me, hey, thank you, you know, and I'm like, fuck, that makes it worth everything.
Well, that's good, man. That's good, man, because you were a piece of shit when I first met you, and it seems like you pulled yourself out of it, dude. Well, I'm glad you came out here, JR, man. I'm fucking rooting for you, bro, and we'll burn one next time.
Oh, yeah,
Peace.
man.